This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
First at 11 tonight, rain is moving through central Indiana ahead of one of the busiest travel days of the year. Good evening to you. I'm Mark Mullins.
And I'm Amanda Starantino. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory with the Storm Team 6 alert. Kevin.
Wet and windy, guys. The winds are gusting over 30 miles per hour now in Peru and Muncie. We'll continue to see the wind increase overnight. Here's the rain. What I can say about this, it's moving quickly. That's good news because there are pockets of heavy rainfall. Just an indication, though, the steering currents, the low-level winds, how strong they are, that moves this quickly from southwest to northeast. More rain will continue as we go through the overnight with probably a parting shot, maybe a round of thunderstorms that will come in around 3 a.m. in western Indiana. 1 o'clock we'll get the departing rain that we have now. Then 3 a.m. some thunderstorms enter western Indiana. They lose strength as they move to the east, setting the stage then for a dry morning drive, but a very windy one. Winds will gust over 40 miles per hour by 8 a.m. tomorrow morning.
I don't want people to get comfortable thinking that this is going to change anything.
RTV6 is working for you, taking a closer look at what a new federal law really means for animals in Indiana. This story has been shared thousands of times on social media. President Trump signing the Preventing Animal Cruelty and Torture Law, which makes animal cruelty a felony nationwide. But animal rights advocates here in Indiana want you to know that new law will not likely make much of a local impact. RTV6's Cornelius Hawker explains why.
I just want people to understand that they still need to be advocating for the laws to be stronger in Indiana for animals.
Kara Bryant runs Otis Animal Welfare and Rescue. It's a foster-based nonprofit animal rescue out of Park County, Indiana. So it's no surprise she's seen articles like this popping up all over her social media since Monday.
I kept seeing it shared over and over and over and over that animal cruelty is now a federal felony, blah, blah, blah. No, there's a catch. There's a catch. It's not all animal cruelty.
Under the National Preventing Animal Cruelty and Torture Law, a person can face a federal felony if they are convicted of purposely crushing, burning, drowning, suffocating, impaling, or in any other way seriously hurting an animal. But anything less than that needs to be enacted at the state and local level. So as far as your neighbors who leave their dogs out in cold weather,
law enforcement can't charge somebody for crimes that don't exist.
Last spring, Governor Holcomb signed a bill banning inhumane animal euthanasia. That was seen as a good step forward by people like Kara.
That's the most changed in a really long time.
But the state bill's original intention to give animal abusers harsher penalties was taken out during negotiations. Kara says advocates for animal rights here in Indiana would like to see stiffer punishments for animal abusers, and this at both the state and federal level.
More specific definitions on what can be considered animal cruelty.
Working for you, I'm Cornelius Hawker for RTV6.
Animal cruelty by Indiana law is still only a misdemeanor. The law signed Monday by President Trump updated a 2010 law that makes the creation and distribution of animal crushing videos illegal. The previous bill outlawed the videos but did not ban the actual acts of cruelty. And new at 11, a dog found severely injured and tied to a pole last March finally found a forever home. We first told you about Taylor in April. Doctors believe she was hit by a car. According to a Facebook post by the group Redemption Rescue, after several months of rehab and recovery, Taylor will be spending the holiday with her new family.
Noblesville Schools is looking for a new leader of special education after a backlash over a meme. Mark Booth will no longer serve as the district's director of special education. RTV6 told you last week Booth shared a meme on his personal Facebook page that has a photo of President Trump and a caption that refers to him as special needs. Some parents said the image was insensitive and offensive to the students Booth was supposed to be representing. The district says he will be shifted to a role that focuses on analytical compliance. Right now, police say they do not think a driver is at fault after hitting and killing a person walking on the east side. Officers were called to Washington Point Drive near Washington Street and German Church Road around 6 o'clock tonight. No information about the victim has been released at this hour.
It will be a painful holiday season for a Central Indiana mother as more time passes after the death of her daughter with no answers.
You accept that she's not around, but I don't accept not finding answers. That I do not accept.
Naja Farrell disappeared in March after leaving her home in Avon. A fisherman later found part of her body in a pond in northern Indiana. Avon police did not release any new information today, and they have not called the case a homicide. Naja's mother believes someone killed her daughter.
You know, they tell you life isn't fair, and I was raised like that it isn't. But at some point, some things need to be fair. And I need to make it fair. And if I have to band together and make her life stand out, that I am not going to quit. That it is not okay to take somebody's life. It's not okay.
Now, Naja's mother is working to make the holidays as happy as possible for her 2 grandsons. If you have any information that could help the case, you can call Crime Stoppers anonymously at 317-262-TIPS.
An honor walk for a Southern Indiana football coach will be held at St. Vincent Hospital tomorrow. That's where Philip Bausman was treated after suffering a stroke during a football game in Indianapolis on Friday. He died yesterday. The walk will be held because Bausman was an organ donor. Details have not yet been announced publicly yet. The hospital says a minimum of 4 hours notice will be given. Funeral services will be held on Saturday.
A hearing is scheduled next Wednesday, December 4th, that could determine the fate of Southport High School's boys basketball season.
I honestly did not know that what I was doing was wrong. I was transparent with my superiors the whole time. I still don't understand why we're being punished, especially the rest of my young men who didn't know about this, who didn't have anything to do with it.
The Indiana High School Athletic Association has banned the team from participating in the state tournament this season. Southport head coach Eric Brand is accused of breaking the rules by raising money to help a student from Congo legally stay at the school. The district says the 15-year-old student was brought to the U.S. and enrolled at the school by a man posing as a coach. Speaking publicly for the first time about the allegations, Coach Brand says his priority was and is helping the team.
He's a 15-year-old young man who's been in another country for 3.5 months, who the first man that he came in contact with didn't treat him right. I saw distress. I saw a young man's spirit dying. I saw a young man in trouble.
Southport High School will make its case at next week's hearing. The committee will have up to 10 days to release its decision. If Southport administrators don't like the outcome, they can take the sanctioning body to court.
Having more community spaces is often a suggestion we hear from residents on Indy's east side. One businessman agrees, and as RTV6's Cameron Riddle shows you, he's doing something about it, even though you probably haven't noticed him yet.
The saying goes, you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but maybe you shouldn't judge a building by its facade. You wouldn't know it from standing here, but this building is actually an office space, computer center, audio production facility, video production facility, and even jazz club.
Welcome to Officeplex, and we do some pretty interesting things here.
Sitting directly across from the well-known John Bonner Center is the little-known Officeplex, a business development center open to the community and entrepreneurs looking for a place to launch their future.
I'm trying to do what my father said. If you're blessed with a few talents, hey, take those talents and give it back.
By trade, Phil Coleman is a design engineer, but his wife would tell you he's a man of many passions who was always into something.
I'm just having fun with life. I love designing things. I would say that's my first passion, electronics, and my whole family, we're all musicians. I'm actually the black sheep of the family because they're all professional musicians, and I am too.
Coleman is rather unimpressed with himself, but don't let that fool you. He is indeed a professional musician, a veteran radio personality,
WTLC, strong songs, FM 98, right by also the downhill side at 6 o'clock,
and entrepreneur and engineer.
this little thing with the solar cell is called the Aquanet.
This accomplished businessman is giving back to the community, turning his passions into platforms and a playground for others. Solely funded by Coleman, the radio station, computer lab, office space, and yes, even the jazz club are open to the community, and those who use it say it's a rare find.
I am so happy that this facility is in our community, because unless you're a teenager and have access to the legacy facilities that are with Tech High School, there's nowhere for an adult to come and rent a recording studio. And to have the computers and the office space in an affordable way really is community building for us.
The Officeplex has not received the help of big donors, but instead the passion of a big heart. Coleman says he's ready to give and he's ready to teach. And the first lesson is showing the community that the building on the southwest corner of 10th Street and Jefferson is for them.
What I really want them to know in this community is we're here, you know, we have the resources, we have the technical expertise to get your career started. And not only started, but we can take you some places that you never even thought that you could go. I'm a living witness to that.
Working for you on the Near East Side, Cameron Riddle, RTV6.
And while Coleman has fully funded the Officeplex himself, there is still work to do, and he welcomes contributions. You can learn more about the Officeplex and how to connect with them in this story on theindychannel.com.
The holiday shopping season is also the holiday shipping season, and a major company wants you to know it is still hiring Hoosiers to help cover the rush of deliveries.
Also ahead, you won't believe what this woman does after buying beer in a convenience store. Why she's accused of endangering the lives of other people's children.
1,000-mile warranty at Honda of Fishers.
This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
An alert store clerk in Illinois may have saved lives after a woman bought beer in his store, then hopped on a school bus. ABC's Trevor Alt has more of the shocking story that was all caught on video.
This Illinois school bus driver is now facing charges, accused of buying beer and drinking it while picking up students on the morning bus route.
It's infuriating to believe that someone who is trusted with these children on a daily basis could potentially put them in this kind of danger.
Aurora police now releasing a pair of videos they say captured Michelle Pasley in the act. First, buying a pair of natural ice beer cans inside a convenience store, then later cracking a can open while driving, placing it in a brown paper bag, and taking a swig.
In all, 32 students were observed on the bus while the driver was drinking from 2 beer cans.
Investigators say the store clerk noticed Pasley purchase the beer, then jump in the bus and drive away. He called the school district, who notified the bus company.
As soon as the bus company reviewed the video, they contacted the Aurora Police Department and terminated the bus driver.
Pasley's now out on bond. She's charged with 2 counts of endangering the life of a child. Trevor Alt, ABC News, New York.
The free ride is almost over when it comes to taking the Red Line rapid transit route. Indigo will start charging fares on Sunday. Taking the Red Line has been free for the first 3 months, in part because of technology issues. You can buy a paper ticket with cash or credit card at any Red Line station. Indigo is using a temporary system for now because the permanent system, called My Key, still isn't ready.
We want riders to be patient as we launch this. There is one ticket kiosk, and it'll take some time just for people to get used to it, but you just follow the prompts. You just follow the prompts on the screen, and it should be a fairly smooth process.
A 2-hour pass costs $1.75. A full-day pass is $4. If you have a Medicare card, a valid K-12 student ID, or an Indigo half-fare ID card, you can get those passes for half price. For more information, go to indigo.net. Homeowners in Boone County are asking for help dealing with a different kind of noisy neighbor: traffic. We spoke to 2 people who live in the Royal Run neighborhood in Zionsville, just off of State Road 267. That community backs right up to I-65. Jennifer Spencer and Jeff Euler say that they asked the Indiana Department of Transportation to build a noise barrier.
It's so loud that sometimes it affects, like, when I'm trying to sleep at night. So I have to actually sleep in a back bedroom. I can't sleep in, like, the regular master bedroom because of the noise.
It's gotten worse definitely over the past year with all the new businesses opening up in the area.
INDOT says a traffic noise analysis was completed in December of 2017 for a project to build a new interchange at County Road 550. It was determined that no areas qualified for noise barriers. If you think you're getting excess noise from the interstate, you can submit a request on INDOT's website. You can find a link by going to the RTV6 app and clicking on this story.
Now to the latest on the impeachment hearings. Today, the House Judiciary Committee announced it will hold its first impeachment hearing on December 4th. That is next Wednesday. The committee chairman invited President Trump and his counsel to attend the hearing as well as participate by questioning the witnesses. The Intelligence Committee plans to release its report summarizing its investigation after Congress returns from its Thanksgiving recess next week.
Today at the White House, President Trump took part in a Thanksgiving tradition. He pardoned a turkey in the Rose Garden ceremony. Butter will retire to the Gobbler's Rest Farm in Blacksburg, Virginia. This tradition goes back to 1947 when President Harry Truman pardoned the first holiday bird. A second turkey that was not pardoned, named Bread, will also get to retire.
Good for bread and butter.
I've been singing that all day to Amanda. Who likes bread and butter?
All day.
Who likes toast and jam?
It'd be fun to come up with the
Mark.
names every year for these guys, right? Biscuits and gravy would work. There's a lot of options. Our threat for any severe weather is low. The main threat, obviously, damaging wind, because non-thunderstorm winds will approach 50 by the time we get to the morning hours. Some of you will be working on a total of about an inch of rain by then. Strong wind gusts through the day tomorrow, even after the rain stops. Between now and 5 a.m., that's prime time for additional rain, isolated thunderstorms, and the increasing wind speed through the day tomorrow. Once the rain comes to an end, the temperature will continue to fall. Right in downtown area between Indianapolis and Meridian Hills and 465 and 31. Little pocket of heavier rain there. This is moving to the north and east. Broader view, large swath of rain, Peru to Richmond down to Cincinnati. That's moving northeast. Have another little area from Terre Haute to Bloomington moving northeast. But I want to point out, in portions of Illinois, this is along the cold front. I think this is what will push into western Indiana at about 3 o'clock in the morning, developing out ahead of the cold front. Might have a little punch to it. 1 o'clock to 3, that zips to the east. There's the line of showers and thunderstorms approaching the Wabash River at about 3 o'clock in the morning. Pretty much weakens or falls apart as it comes to the east. A sharp edge to the back of the rain at 5 a.m. And by 7, that moves off and into the Buckeye State. It'll all be about the wind then at that point. Low pressure around Green Bay, Wisconsin, first thing in the morning. Snow north of that. Rain ending for us. The wind increasing. Will be consistently 40 to 50 mile per hour gusts through the day tomorrow, with isolated gusts that may approach 60. Especially in the northern portion of the state. Storm Shield app, it is free, and on days like tomorrow and also Saturday when we have some rain, you want to check the radar, you can do that from your smartphone. 7 a.m. temperatures around 50. By the time we get to noon, 40. By the time we get to the evening hours, in the 30s across central Indiana. There's your consistent wind at around 40 mile per hour as far as the gusts. Higher gusts will occur now and again through the day. Thursday's a dry day. The wind will be much calmer. Northeast at 10, temperatures cooler, 41. That will be your Thanksgiving high temperature. As you look at Thanksgiving temperatures, typically we'd be in the lower to middle 40s. That wind out of the northwest at about 10. 7 a.m. Friday, we're dry. The next area of rain will come in, it looks like Friday night, right now after 7 o'clock, entering southwest portions of the state. It will continue to bring rain through Indiana on Saturday. We may see an inch of rain or a little more with that next round. 7-day forecast after the weekend, temperatures cool off. Monday and Tuesday, upper 30s to around 40 degrees. Lows will be back in the 20s. You'll hear the wind overnight. May hear a rumble of thunder in the early morning
Already
hours.
been hearing the rain.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Kevin, for that.
Dave Versta's here with sports. Hey, Dave.
That's the beauty about basketball. We play it indoors. Good evening to you. Thanksgiving means a lot to so many. A time to give thanks to family and friends. A chance perhaps to deep fry a turkey. But for high school basketball, it also means the season openers and the reigning 4A state champs opening on the road. Carmel taking on Zionsville. Defensive game the first 24 minutes. Just a few ticks left on the clock. Will Leary gives Carmel a 35-32 lead. Big showing from the Carmel Pups tonight. And the officials huddle up, decide to put 2.3 back on the clock. So Zionsville has a chance to answer, and guess what? They do. Ben Widener with the turn and shoot. This game's going to overtime. Widener and Zionsville taking control from there. Widener had 12. Zionsville wins it 46-41. Anthony Scales had a team high 15. Eagles play again a week from Friday at Westfield. Carmel is at Mason, Ohio, Friday night. Wow. Down on the south side tonight. Special night at Beech Grove as the Hornets hosted Greenfield Central, but before the game unveiled a new plaque honoring the late Matt English, longtime coach and athletic director who lost his battle with cancer nearly a year ago. His entire family was there. Really a beautiful plaque and a beautiful night as well. And the Hornets honoring Coach English with the big dub. Off the rebound, Bryce Langford, the 6'10 senior there for the putback. Nice drive there by Caleb Mundell for Greenfield Central, but Beech Grove wins their opener 63-50. So last year's sectional champs start the year 1-0. And opening nights are special enough, but try adding a jersey retirement to the mix. That's exactly what happened at Perry Meridian tonight. The school with a girls-boys doubleheader. They also retired the jersey of Katie Douglas, the former Indiana All-Star, went on to lead Purdue to a national championship, later played for the Fever, where she helped that team to championship as well. The now 40-year-old still very much a part of the Perry community and will always have her jersey a part of the Falcon lore.
Super special and neat and something I will never forget. I think when you play, you kind of get caught up and you don't kind of remember these kind of things or know what to expect. But now that I'm retired and these things don't come up so often, it's really neat to kind of bring everybody back together and kind of have that reunion.
And the Perry girls won tonight over Southport 47-37. Southport won the boys game in double overtime later tonight. Pacers back at it tomorrow night. They unveil those City Edition jerseys.
Which look great.
Which look fantastic.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
your first opportunity to see them on the court tomorrow night as they take on the Utah Jazz.
Looking forward to that. Thanks, Dave.
Yep.
Well, coming up, making career connections while in high school as students are proving themselves to potential employers.
On select models.
Welcome back. It's not too late to get a seasonal job. UPS is still hiring Hoosiers for the holidays. The company says it's still looking to fill 640 positions in the Indianapolis area. The jobs are a mix of seasonal and permanent. Pay starts at $14 an hour, and schedules are flexible.
Well, you don't have to wait until you graduate college or even high school to lead a business. Al Manufacturing proves that. This student-operated business runs out of Seymour High School. The company receives projects from area businesses interested in hiring students with design, production, and construction skills. Under the guidance of 2 teachers, nearly 57 students work for the company as part of their curriculum.
And these skills that they can take with them, a lot of our industry partners have came and said that they would guarantee pretty much a first interview for any of our students leaving Al Manufacturing. That's how much faith they're putting into the program.
Al Manufacturing has been in operation since 2016. Governor Eric Holcomb visited the program earlier this year. For more information about these stories that we've just shared or any career-related story you see on RTV6, go to hiringhoosiers.com. Back with you.
Encore Preferred.
And we're not done with the rain yet. Overnight rain, maybe a rumble of thunder, but we should be done by 7 a.m. Then it's about falling temperatures and rising wind speeds, gusts to around 50 tomorrow. Wow.
Good day to travel, really.
You need
Fantastic.
a low-profile vehicle.
You really do. Just be careful out there when you do hit the road.
Yes, be careful so you can get to your family.
And of course,
low-profile vehicle.
Yeah.
I don't think you can fit into a low-profile video.
Put the Hummer away.
Just be safe out there. Good night.